everybody, and welcome to Truthcast TV. Hope everybody out there is feeling good. Hope everybody out there has been staying healthy, been staying safe, and I've got quite a bit of information I would like to get out to y'all today. So grab you some popcorn, grab you a cold beer, because this video right here is going to be a lot longer than my normal videos, because I feel like I need to get this information out to y'all, and a lot of people are going to be seeing some of these stories for the first time, and I'm afraid that there's a lot of people out there who mistakenly believes that everything's getting better and that everything will go back to the way it once was. Well, my channel's not about fear mongering, and I'm not either. This isn't a fear porn channel. But I'm here to tell you that life as we once knew it in America will never, ever be the same again. Ever. We're never going back to life we once knew in America. It'll never go back to being the same. Do you know how many small businesses from the economy being shut down? The way that'll never recover from this, no matter how big a damn stimulus package they get. I mean, there's so many things that have changed right now and that will be changed forever. You can take that with a grain of salt. You can believe me or not believe me. But when I created this channel, I created it to bring people information and let them decide for themselves. And I will give my opinion on what I believe is going on too. But life as we know it in America will never be the same again. The elites, the Illuminati, you can call them the deep state, whatever you want to call them, the people who run not only the United States but the world, have put in place their plan. And they did this long ago. And they've always wanted a one world government, a new world order, a one world order. And right now, we are seeing that plan being put in place. And they are going forward with it full force. But let's just see what's been going on since we've been quarantined, stuck in our house with nowhere to go. Virginia governor signs gun control bills into law. Imagine that, right? Well, let's just watch a little clip right here, see what's going on.
Flags held high, AR-15s slung over their shoulders. These protesters say they're here to fight for the future of their country.
Gun saves lives. I mean, it's obvious.
It's our God-given right to protect ourselves, our family. It's America. Right? We live
Well, it's America, but
free.
Not anymore.
Virginia, the latest flashpoint in the gun debate sweeping the country.
Virginia tightening security ahead of a protest defending the Second Amendment as it's under assault there.
Monday's rally comes in response to 3 new gun control bills.
Governor Ralph Blackface Northam downplaying Democrats' plans to strip people of their Second Amendment rights.
More than 20,000 gun rights advocates descended on Richmond today for what used to be a small annual event. A state of emergency declared, the crowd protesting the state's efforts to...
Now, you got to think, Governor Northam declared a state of emergency, saying that there will be violence, people will break out into fights, and he fears that the Capitol will be attacked. Not one incident broke out in that whole 20,000 person rally. Imagine that. And if there was an incident, it's because the cops incited it. But I digress. Let me continue.
Overhaul gun laws.
As Virginia goes, so does the rest of the nation. That's what I believe.
The rally just got off.
And it went. And right now, everything as we know it is going to.
Underway. An officer told me they expected about 10,000 people here inside on the Capitol grounds, but outside on the streets, there are thousands more.
Last May in Virginia Beach, a gunman entered a municipal building and killed 12 people, sparking a renewed conversation around gun control. There's been a stark political shift Democrats now in control. The legislature and the governorship have proposed sweeping gun control legislation, requiring background checks on all firearm sales, cap handgun purchases at 1 per month, and let local governments ban weapons from certain locations. President Trump tweeting today that Democrats are working hard to take away your Second Amendment rights. This is just the beginning.
And right now, all of our rights are being took away with this pandemic. And it's just the beginning. Because like I said, once again, life as we once knew it will never be the same. But let's move on. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Now let's move on to another story. California toughens stay-at-home rules as coronavirus cases top 20,000. Now, in a previous video that I did, probably just a few days ago, last week, I said that I would not doubt if they did not start making us wear masks in public, and if we didn't, we would be jailed or fined. Let's watch the story right here.
This Beverly Hills Park is a popular spot with visitors, but it's going to be shut down this weekend. In fact, all parks in the city of LA will be closed as officials try to stop the spread of COVID-19. Beverly Hills residents are being...
Even though there's probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people walking around with influenza virus that kills thousands and thousands of Americans each year, it's already killed more since the coronavirus has, since it's been in the United States. The influenza virus has already almost doubled the amount of people that the coronavirus has killed. But I'm just saying, I digress. Let's continue.
Urged to stay at home. Under a new order, those who leave their homes, even for a stroll in their neighborhood, must wear face coverings. It may not be...
Imagine that.
Protective against the virus, but at least it's a good way to bring awareness, so we don't touch our face accidentally, we don't sneeze out accidentally.
What? Oh my God! I feel like I'm in a movie.
With a busy holiday weekend approaching, officials are banning gatherings that increase the risk of coronavirus infection. All parks in the city of Los Angeles and several surrounding communities will be closed. Farmers markets temporarily shut down. And traditional family activities, including Easter egg hunts, won't be allowed. The only way we can fight this enemy is by staying away from it as
Bitch, we can't hear you. Take the mask off.
Much as possible, and that includes keeping in home and as isolated as possible. The city of Burbank also issuing an order requiring workers at grocery stores and other essential businesses to wear non-medical masks or other face coverings. And starting at midnight, LA Mayor Eric Garcetti says all customers must take the same precautions.
The worker protection order goes into effect officially this evening at midnight. So face coverings will be mandatory whenever you go to shop or work at a restaurant, store, market, hotel, laundromat, or pharmacy that is open.
Instead of packing churches on Easter Sunday, many worshipers will watch services online.
Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? Now let's move on to another story that I don't know if any of my subscribers have seen or heard of, but it's very interesting. Let me show you this. Great Britain learns its virus tests have been tainted with COVID-19. What the? How the hell does that happen? Unless it was purposely done. Let's read a little bit. One of the constants in the era of viral discord is the planet is going through the constant paradox of either blaming the government for the condition or then demanding the government to do more for the cause. In Great Britain, where the reliance of the public health facilities is rather high, they have been struggling to get their testing program for the coronavirus up to needed levels. That has just been made more difficult. Well, why is that? With the arrival of shipments of new tests for the virus, it has been reported that a large amount of those tests will have to be scrapped because they have been discovered to be contaminated. Traces of the COVID-19 virus have been discovered on components of many of these new tests, and as a result, they have been destroyed entirely. Wow. Britain's testing capacity is already being criticized for lagging behind that found in other developed nations, and this blow extends those worries. One firm out of Luxembourg that was supplying the tests to England announced that a large amount of those tests to be delivered had to be delayed because of the contamination. It is not clear yet how this contamination came to be. Wow. Eurofins, which is based in Luxembourg, admitted that there had been an issue, but said other private providers had suffered the same problem. It's unclear how the components were contaminated, and senior health sources told the newspaper that the delay won't significantly impact the UK's testing program. British officials, of course, said that this setback will not significantly impact this testing program, but really, what else could they say? This was a problem beyond their control, but it still looms as a problem to contend with on their shores. Excuse me, I can't read tonight. This issue follows others that may have been reported in other nations of receiving test kits or other medical supplies from China, which were deemed unusable and essentially worthless in battling. I mean, can y'all, considering some of the disastrous results, it makes some of the pettiness and carping seen from our media look even more ridiculous. I mean, can y'all fucking believe what I just read to y'all? How many tests throughout the world do you think were actually contaminated with COVID-19? COVID-19 tests being contaminated with COVID-19. You think that's done accidentally? I mean, let's wake up here. Wow. Are you fucking kidding me? How many tests and how many other countries do you think were contaminated with that too? I mean, do you think Great Britain, do you think they were the only place to get tests that were contaminated with COVID-19? Let's move on. Let's move on. Well, who would have thought that the United States had a patent for coronavirus? Some of y'all may know this, some of y'all may not. But I'm going to bring the information either way. Yes, we have a patent on the coronavirus. It was filed July 23rd, 2015, and it was granted November 20th, 2018. 2 years before what is happening now is happening. Coincidence? I think not. So I figured I would just bring this to y'all. Inventors: Erica Bickerton, Sarah Keep, and Paul Britton. You think they know something we don't? Moving right along. Now remember, I did a video. Well, for some of y'all that may not have seen the video, because my videos get shadow banned, even though I don't have a lot of subscribers, they definitely don't want a lot of the information that I am sharing with y'all to get out to thousands of people. So yes, my videos do get shadow banned. But I did a video about Event 201 where basically Bill and Melinda Gates held a live exercise just less than 2 months before this outbreak happened. They held a live exercise on a pandemic. And the made-up virus that they were role-playing had took over the world. What was the name of that virus? Well, the name was coronavirus. That was the name of the virus that they were pretending that was taking over the world. Kind of exactly like what's happening right now. So yes, I've already did a video on this, so I'm not going to go into depth about this. But yes, Bill and Melinda Gates pretty much told us that this was going to happen 2 months before it happened. with a live exercise about a pandemic. And the virus that caused that pandemic that they were doing a live exercise on was called the coronavirus. Coincidence? I think not. Moving right along, and the last story I want to touch on tonight, just to make y'all really think. Bill Gates and an MIT developer developed a new tattoo ID to check for vaccinations. As tattoos continue to become more mainstream among certain demographics within society, it should come as little surprise that Big Pharma is keen to roll out this latest wearable tech solution. To make sure that you've had all of your required doses of government mandated vaccines, scientists at MIT have created a new ink which can be embedded in the skin, which can read using a special infrared smartphone camera app. Now, after this is all said and done, well, I'm going to say about 6 months to a year from now, when a vaccine for coronavirus gets created, it will be forced on everybody. And what I mean by forced on everybody, for kids to go to daycare, for kids to go to regular school, for people to work in the healthcare industry, for people to work in the food industry, for people to work damn near anywhere, you're going to be forced to take a coronavirus vaccine. If not, get a tattoo put on you too, so they can track to see if you've had the vaccination. The invisible tattoo accompanying the vaccine is a pattern made up of minuscule quantum dots, tiny semiconducting crystals that reflect light that glows under infrared light. The pattern and vaccine gets delivered into the skin using high-tech dissolvable microneedles made of a mixture of polymers and sugar. The research group findings were published this week in the journal Science Translational Medicine. In other words, they found a covert way to embed the record of a vaccination directly into a patient's skin rather than documenting it electronically or on paper. And their low-risk tracking system could greatly simplify the process of maintaining accurate vaccination records, especially on a larger scale. In areas where paper vaccination cards are often lost or do not exist at all, and electronic databases are unheard of, this technology can enable the rapid and anonymous detection of patient vaccination history to ensure that every child is vaccinated, said MIT researcher Kevin McHugh. More interesting, though, is how useful this new technology will be from a corporate point of view. Downstream tech such as will make production and distribution more efficient upstream as vaccine manufacturers can more efficiently identify who needs which product. Essentially, this is new tech which can allow public administrators, law enforcement, and corporate employers to check within seconds to make sure that you are safe to be around and do not pose a danger to the rest of the community. Interestingly, the funding for this new vaccine tattoo technology has come from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Imagine that, right? Imagine that. I mean, because you know how Bill just loves people, you know? Bill's just such a people person. He wants to make sure everybody's healthy and got their vaccinations. And he wants to make sure he can track everybody who's had one. There's y'all a little something to think about tonight. And life as we know it in America will never be the same. This is stage one of the New World Order takeover. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Call me a conspiracy theorist, call me what you want. But the 8 years worth of research that I have done leads up to exactly what is happening now in America. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope everybody out there stays safe, stays vigilant, stays healthy. And remember, stay woke. And until next time, I'm out.